Hey, what's up, Our Kids Play Hockey community and family? This holiday season, we're doing something a little edgy over at hockeywraparound.com. For every hockey wraparound blade protector sold, and again, these are the best-selling ones in the world, they're the number one rated ones in the world, we are going to give away for free one of our competitors' products. People think we're crazy for this. We had to check with our attorneys to be able to do this, but we are good to go. So right now for the holiday season, when you head over to hockeywraparound.com, for every purchase of a hockey wraparound, we are throwing in one of our competitors' products for you to try, for you to see. We love the hockey wraparound community globally. We want you to be a part of it. Consider this our invitation to you. One more time, head over to hockeywraparound.com right now. Purchase any hockey wraparound there. You're going to get one of the competitors' products for free. So you can make the choice, you can decide, and you can see why we are so confident in our team, our process, and our product. Thank you so much for listening to this, and enjoy this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey. Start the music. Happy Thanksgiving, hockey friends and families around the world. It's Lee Elias with Christy Casciano Burns and Mike Benelli. It's our annual Thanksgiving episode. Blam, 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 blam. What are we going to do today? It's going to be a short one because this is actually coming out on Thanksgiving Day. So we appreciate you listening there. Or if it's around Thanksgiving, we appreciate you listening. But we do this every year. We kind of go around the horn. We all talk about something that we're grateful for from the last year, which is, I think, a really important practice, not to just do on Thanksgiving, but this episode is to serve as your reminder, right? That there's a lot of things to have gratitude for, a lot of things to be thankful for. And the practice of gratitude year round is actually something that's wonderful. So whether you're rolling your eyes at that or going, yeah, Lee, that hit me right where I live, we're going to do it on the episode today. I'm going to sauce the puck right over to my wonderful, wonderful co-host, friend, mentor, and honestly, the greatest news anchor in the history of the world.
Oh my gosh.
Burns. Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Have fun with that, Christy.
Well, this is really good timing because I just had dinner last week with my hockey mom squad. So there are a group of us moms who our kids have graduated from hockey and they've moved into the real world. They're all working. They landed good jobs. My daughter's actually now in law school. And I think and one of the conversations that we had was about, we kind of miss our road trips, seeing each other at the rinks and planning and everything. But our lives have now moved into another phase and we're enjoying it. And what we love is we're now reaping the benefits of all those years of discipline for our kids, knowing how to juggle so many things in their lives, so many ups and downs in the workplace, and they know how to handle it. They know how to be leaders. They know how to show up on time and go above and beyond all the time. When all of us have that commonality with our kids, we were all sharing these stories, and it all came back to our days in hockey of making sure our kids got to the rink on time. You know, if they suffered a great loss, how to suck it up and move on, and how to adjust the sails. There's so many great life lessons that our kids have learned thanks to hockey. And it's now being applied to their adult lives. And it's really wonderful to see. And even with my son, who just got a promotion, and there were some issues, with another employee in the office, same age as my kid, and you could see the difference. And his boss said to him, "Did you play a sport?" And Joey said, "Yeah, hockey." He goes, he could tell right away because he was so disciplined and didn't mind the extra challenges and always wants to step up. So I'm really grateful. Parents, I know it's kind of rough right now, especially if your kids are, at that age where, it's kind of a struggle to get them up, to get them out the door. They forget things. But it's all going to come back to you in many benefits. And you're going to see these great, wonderful adult children. And a lot of what you're going through right now is helping to shape them into fantastic people. So don't forget that. So I'm grateful for all that.
Christy, what I love about what you said, first, there's a lot of reflection there too. And we don't do that enough. If there's any advice, keeping in mind for the listeners, I have the youngest hockey kids here. But this advice is not just for hockey. We're always told from our elders, I'll say, not you, Christy, you're a younger mom here, but the elders have always told me, hey, it goes fast. It goes so fast,
Yeah.
and just try and enjoy every moment. And it's the same thing in hockey, and it's because of this show. I think I do that. And, again, I'll get to that again in a few minutes, but the thing that you're tapping on that we have to reiterate, that the ROI on youth hockey is these life lessons and these life skills that you're talking about. It's not making it, right? And again,
Right.
your daughter especially played at an insanely high level, NCAA
Yeah.
Division I, and it's the life lessons
Yeah.
that she and your son have taken from the game that you're now saying this is such a value. This is what's paid off.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I want to thank you for making sure that we all keep that in perspective.
Keep that in perspective. She's a first year law school student. And let me tell you, it's rough. The schedule is very difficult. Late nights, early mornings, tons of work, lots of research. And she is, I'm not going to say that it's 100% easy for her, but she knows how to navigate.
Right.
She knows how to navigate because she's been doing it for years, so it's not as difficult for her. And I think it's because of everything that she's been through. In college she had to balance a difficult hockey schedule, lots of work, and she figured it all out. And now I think all of that experience is helping her become a really an excellent student. And I heard from one of her professors who I know personally, and he said that she's doing okay. She's making it. She's making it.
Well, I think my favorite part of your daughter too, and again, your son is doing a lot of amazing things right now, but she chose to go to school right near you, which I think is also a gift, right? She wanted
Yeah.
to be close to you. Which
Right.
I think the older I'm getting, I'm realizing like, oh man, I really hope that happens for me because it's going to
Yeah.
be kind of brutal, if they're far away.
Yeah. It's great having her with me. And for those who don't know, I just lost my husband to cancer. So, I'm on my own, but I'm not, because I have Sophia right at my side helping me, and we're kind of figuring this all out together. And she's a great source of strength. So I'm very, very grateful for that too.
Well,
Yeah.
and as are you, my friend, and your family really is a beacon of togetherness and what you look for in a family, especially when a tragedy like that strikes. So we
Thank
love
you.
you, Christy. We love you for all of that
Thank you.
and beyond. And God bless to you. Let's travel down 95 or up 95 for me to the Connecticut, New York area where, Mike, I'm sure there's a lot to be grateful for in what you would call the tri-state area. Live from Connecticut, not New York. Mike, what are you thankful for this Thanksgiving?
I'm already thankful for Christy coming up with some great reflection points and reminding everyone that, and me, that the end journey is not like a finite point, right? It's it's a growing, evolving, living thing that we're doing with our kids all the time. And it was funny because as you were talking, Chrissy, I'm doing my one of my older son's like senior yearbook post. You got to put in there, and yeah, obviously you're going to say nice things about your kid, and you're going to but the like for me it was funny, like you have to reflect on going through like all these photos from like the time they were born until now, right? And you're trying to find the right one that kind of defines who they are without embarrassing them. And me, like I'm the kind of person like, well, I'm going to embarrass them like when they're 35 looking at this, with somebody like that. Now you're really embarrassed, but wait till you're older looking at your yearbook from high school. But I think it's like, it's a reflection of, I think, and personally, I kind of like that, when you have to go like end of the year memories, or you're building, your slideshow for your hockey team or your sports program, or in this case, like Michael's Eagle Scout project, or his end of the year ceremonies. Like I look at that and that reflection, and just stepping back and saying, really just enjoy that piece, and that each weekend is not a lifetime. And I think and that's so hard for a parent of an athlete that you've invested so much in, to do that every week, right? Because every week seems like the end of the world. Like, so it's like, oh my God, he sat and the coach didn't like him. They didn't play him on the power play. I can't believe that, he didn't get, this person yelled at him. And then, and you never, none of that stuff you remember. None of that stuff really means anything. And this past weekend, I was on a big road trip. So I listened to, John O'Sullivan and our podcast. I got to listen to the whole thing, with the kids in the car. And I was just like, it's just that thought process of this time of year. It's a really good opportunity to think about how, your family is first. And if you're really lucky, like a lot of us, right, you a lot of your family, your extended family is your athletic sports hockey family. And if you're lucky enough, you're going to find, I guess it's like any Thanksgiving table, right? You're going to find the people you don't want to talk to and the people you want to go out and have a beer with on the front porch. So it's just a matter of, saying, okay, well, every family has its people and ups and downs. But I think at the end of the day, just enjoy the ride. And Lee, I had that ever since before I had kids. Every parent that I coached, you don't realize how important this is until you get there. It's unfortunate because that's wasted on you, right? When you're in the moment, and then you reflect and go, oh man, that went fast. Like, I can't believe that, all these years. So I am thankful for, having the opportunity to talk with a lot of good hockey people and reflect on, what we're doing here and hopefully making an impact. And I know it makes an impact on me. So I'm certainly thankful for that.
Mike, that's special the way you said that. It's funny too, going back to Christy, I always hear, Mike, you just said this too, that, oh man, one day we'll have our weekends back. And Christy just said, yeah, I'm spending my weekends with the old hockey crew. So you're still going out with them.
She's going back.
We're relaxing. We don't have to be somebody. We're not doing hockey time.
You don't go to games.
Either, it's so
well,
funny.
Now you get to say, remember that person that thought they were doing this? You know what they're doing now? Nothing. They got nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But it's an incredible bond that you make with your hockey friends. You think, and all of our kids played college hockeys. And even though they went to different colleges, we still, because they were together as kids up into high school, but we still have that bond that's just unbreakable. We group text when things happen in our lives or some big event happens in our kids' lives. We share it with each other. And it's very special. And I never would have had this important connection, these friends that have really come through for me, especially this past year, had it not been for hockey. So there's don't overlook the other benefits that you get other than just what you see on the ice.
Yeah, who's on the power play? I'll echo both of you too and say, just this season, I think about there's certain families now that my son's been playing 5-6 years, my daughter's in it, I think 3 years now. You start getting really close with certain families, right? And you root for their kids. Sometimes those families even leave, and I still root for their kids. There's so much that I'm thankful for, and it's always tough these episodes because I really, don't want to pick 400 things, but there's a few that I will pick. One specifically for this year, at the end of last season, which we haven't talked about, was after Thanksgiving, obviously. My son and daughter got to play on the same elementary school team, and it was the only year. This was the only year they'll ever be able to play together, right? Again, there's one more opportunity, like when my son's a senior and my daughter's a freshman in high school. That's assuming they're still playing. That's assuming they make the same team. So this was, in my mind, this is probably the only time they're going to play together. And they were able to win the elementary championship together. And again, for those of you listening, you won't see this, but I got some amazing pictures of the three of us afterwards. I've got one of them up on my wall here. But I'm so grateful to have shared that moment with both my kids on the ice. And to your point, both of you, the perspective for me is, look, this may never happen again, right? So I was very present with that, and I'm very appreciative of that moment. Of the three of us just sharing a love for the game together, right? Yeah. I'm so grateful for that as a father. And what's cool, guys, is that I remember, and I still feel this way, right? even if the kids don't pursue hockey
Mm-hmm.
as young kids or even into adulthood, which I'm not saying is going to happen, that was almost enough for me. I mean, I really mean
Yeah.
that. Like I'm so at peace with this journey right now, and that's
Mm-hmm.
this year. It might change, all right, but I'm so grateful for that perspective of being able to be present with the kids and
Mm-hmm.
present in that moment. And again, what's cool now, as of this recording, is we did Mites on Ice last night. They just so in love with the game, and I'm thankful for the advice that I've been given by both of you and our audience, for that matter. Of we cultivated this love. We didn't force it. We didn't create it. Again, as someone in the game, they're around the game, but I've never pushed hockey on them. So for them to kind of organically fall in love with the game
Yeah.
is such a gift. For them to want to be at games, to play games, that's something I'm thankful for. The other thing I got to say too, this is kind of a little bit of an off the road one for hockey, but I'm at an age now. A lot of you will laugh at me, but where my body is not responding when I play like I want it to anymore. Right? I'm just getting older. I'm aging. And I was coming off the ice from a game the other night, and I don't know why this happened, but I remember stepping off the ice and just having this thought of, my God, I still love this so much.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it wasn't a negative, sad, somber, like this is coming to an end thought. It was just complete gratitude of, I just love hockey so much. And the connection point for both of you was that it has not waned from my 12-year-old self. It's, if anything, it's grown. Right. And this is my thing. I'm so thankful that I'm able to have a childhood like love for something still, because there's so many people that don't get that in their life. And again, it's different than the love we have for our children. There's nothing that compares to that.
Right.
But to be able to tap into my younger self and step off the ice and still feel that, at 40 years old, I'm so thankful for that.
Right.
I'm really, really thankful for that.
Yeah.
To have that opportunity.
Yeah, and even that love for skating, because the three of us, Joey, Sophia, and I, and now they take their prospective partners too. We always make it a point to do some skating in the winter, whether it's a pond or hit an ice rink as a family, and we just have a ball. We have so much fun. There's so much joy out there just because we're all pretty good skaters, you know. And we just have so much fun. So it's a part of our lives forever, for as long as we can do it, we're going to be doing it. So you also, have that. And we watch hockey together. Obviously, we go to games. And, even though they're not playing anymore, they still love the sport.
Right.
So, and we watch it as a family. So that never leaves you as well.
Christy, I got to ask this question, and I know Mike wants to know too. I know you were a figure skater, but I got you pegged as a first line center if you ever played the game. I could see you as a power forward, kind of running over people. Is that how you see yourself out there?
I do. Actually, the Syracuse Crunch asked me to do a street hockey game, and I was a celebrity player.
Yeah, you put quotes up, but you are a celebrity in that area. I don't know what you
did. I was fierce. Okay.
I believe it. I wouldn't want to mess with you.
I may have taken a couple of guys out. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the way to do it.
And I was the center. Okay.
Wow, I pegged that perfectly, didn't I? I'm just saying, if I lined up and you were across from me, I'd think twice. All right.
Yeah. I think somebody called me a bully. I mean, really? Come on.
So you were a hockey player, basically, is what you're telling me. All right. To round this episode out, we the three of us talked ahead of time. All three of us could have given thanks to you as an audience individually, but we wanted to do that together. This audience, those of you listening and watching, not only does our audience grow daily, which is attributed to you, that means that you are going out there and telling your friends about this and sharing it with people. But also we are growing beyond North America. We are in over 100 countries weekly. So that means this is an international show. And we are so thankful that you trust us with this messaging of this youth hockey journey. And the cool part is, and Christy and Mike, I know this has happened to you as well. we're at a stage now where people recognize us and come up to us and say thank you to us for sharing this information and these conversations. It just happened to me last night again at the Flyers game. And it's like the message is no, thank you, because without you, we're not able to even have these conversations. We're not able to get unbelievable guests on these shows, Olympians, GMs, NHL players, NHL parents, experts. So the final thank you of gratitude, and again, we can quickly go around the horn here, is to you as an audience. I mean, the fact that we get to sit here and record this every week is a gift to us. So thank you from all of us, big time.
I agree. And I love getting the feedback. A couple of our listeners have reached out to me. They don't always agree with everything we say, and that's great because we welcome your input. And if we're missing the mark or there's something that we're not sharing and you want to hear about it, it's wonderful. We welcome you to do that because this is as much your podcast as it is ours. So we want to focus in on the issues that are important to you and matter to you most. And we'll bring it up. We'll talk about it. We'll kick it around. So yeah, don't ever be shy about reaching out to any of us.
Mike, any final grumblings?
Benelli!
Mike, you are muted. This is the most Zoom thing that has ever happened here.
I had to mute. My phone started ringing, so I'm trying to turn it off. I think it's for me, bring it on, bring on the current controversy, get it on those Facebook posts, tell us how wrong we are. I think it's I really. But
thank you at the same time.
and thank you for listening and bringing it up. But I mean, let's go. Let's we have a full season of hockey ahead of us, and I think actually when I do run into people that listen to the show and talk about how great it is for them. And I know the people that listen to the show and give me the eye rolls. It's funny because I'm just like, just tell me what the eye rolls are for. Right, like I want to know because if we're wrong and we're giving bad advice or it's just not, in the mainstream of what we all do, then I'd like to know that because maybe I'm in a different world. I don't know.
I agree.
No, it is great. It's a fun. It's fun to be able to do these every week and be able to get the feedback from really around the world, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, and just keep adding to my own continuing education about the sport of ice hockey.
Absolutely. We always say this show is a conversation much more than a show, and it's a community. So to close this out, we do have to say this too. The three of us are the ones you see on screen and the ones you hear on your probably most likely your car. But there is an extended crew here. We have to give a big thanks out to our producer, Caitlin Reese, who is a major reason we get all of the guests that we get. She really is the glue that holds this show together. She's also the reason we are the 2-time Hockey Podcast of the Year award winner via the Sports Podcast Awards. And we also want to give a shout out to our editor, Xavier Cruz, who really sees every episode, makes us sound good. It is a live show, and he makes sure that these goes out every week with Caitlin to the best of their ability. So a big shout out to the extended crew. And I'm going to close this one more time just by thanking all of you listeners out there. And I'm going to echo what Christy and Mike said. We want to hear from you. So now that we're all a little cozy together on this episode, remember that you can text us using the link that accompanies this in the show notes. You can email us at team@ourkidsplayhockey.com. I remember this, guys, when we started the show several years ago, one of the fears or one of the things that we had talked about is, well, are we going to run out of topics? Like, what happens if we run out of topics? 300 plus episodes. I don't think we only have more topics than we had that now. So, all of you contributed to that. So that's going to do it for this episode of Our Kids Play Hockey. A big thank you for everyone here. And thank you for you guys as well. For Christy Cash, Jenna Burns, and Mike Benelli, I'm Lee Elias. We'll see you on the next Our Kids Play Hockey. Skate on, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this edition of Our Kids Play Hockey. Make sure to like and subscribe right now if you found value wherever you're listening, whether it's a podcast network, a social media network, or our website, ourkidsplayhockey.com. Also, make sure to check out our children's book, When Hockey Stops, at whenhockeystops.com. It's a book that helps children deal with adversity in the game and in life. We're very proud of it. But thanks so much for listening to this edition of Our Kids Play Hockey, and we'll see you on the next episode.